Hey y'all, so this video is for my colorists. If you use coloring pencils, watercolor pencils, coloring markers, if you use watercolor markers, water soluble markers, pencils or pens, they have crayons also under the same water soluble crayons, watercolor crayons. I'm just giving you different names. They have different brands. You pick which one you want to try. You don't have to go crazy with it, but I'm going to show you a couple of things. So this is a book by Joanna Bradford. She is more of a whimsical type of artist. I'm showing you this first for a couple of reasons. One, this is a book that's a regular coloring book. And to give you an example, this is what her canvases will look like. Underneath this, I'll show you what one of her canvases looks like. But this is what her Secret Garden line looks like. With this book, you would use color pencils. So this is my Prismacolor case. These hold 96, I think. I'm actually can't remember how many of these I have in this case, but this is one of the cases that I use with my Prismacolors. I have also Arctics. I have a Crayola. Any type of color pencils that you want to use, you don't have to go crazy with it. I got a good deal for these, so I ended up getting a fat tin. These pencils are from years ago. So this is real Prisma line. Be careful if you buy them off of Amazon, which I did get mine off of Amazon, because you could end up getting the fake line that a lot of people was complaining about before. It's not so much fake. It's more so that they are just, they may be broken. The cores may be broken. This is Gamsol. It's a odorless mineral spirit, so you have to be careful with this because you will not smell it, but you could get affected by the fumes. What you would do is you would pour a little bit in a cap or a little bit in a cup or a bowl, and then close this off and put it to the side. They have these kits which are like paper nibs. They're like really tightly wound pieces of paper that comes off looking like, say, a color pencil, something like it could look. I'm just giving you an idea. This is not what it looks like. This is just another version of a mixing pencil. So this is like wax. Now the wax that you could use to move with this is the same thing you could use with this, just to blend out colors and stuff. But the kit that you would use for a Gamsol is tightly wound. It looks kind of like a cone. It feels in your hand like you're holding a pen or a pencil or something. It's kind of thick. So it's kind of like, say, my finger. You would dip it in the Gamsol and you would spread out the color and mix the colors. And then when you want to clean it off, you would just rub it across the sandpaper to clean it off. Now, this is an odorless mineral spirit, like I said, so you want to be careful that you do not continuously breathe this in. If you're somebody who's really affected by smells, you may want to wear a mask. That's for regular color pencil work. This is a book by Adorn It. I got this book from Tuesday Morning. The other book that I just showed you, I got from Ollie's. I don't know if you could get that anymore. This one I got from Tuesday Morning for $8.99. I don't know if you can get it anymore. This is the Folk Garden by adornit.com. It's a watercolor paper, so the paper pages are thicker. This is a whimsical book as well. They have postcards, they have like paintings, and what you do with these is once you finish painting them, you just take them out, cut them down, and then you can give them as gifts to somebody. You can make tags with them. You can make little pieces of artwork. You could give them as gifts, put them as tags that you could use to give to people as gifts. These are thicker paper, so this is good for watercolor. Another this is a Joanna Bradford canvas. This canvas I got from Michael's Joann's, $20 a piece when I got them. I think I got some on sale. They had a sale. I'm not sure if you can get these anymore. I've had them for years, but These canvases are good. They're mountable canvases. They're good for those who, you know, you want to use something like watercolor markers, watercolor Inktense pencils, water soluble pencils. These are a heavier canvas. You can also use acrylic paint if you want. You can use oil paint if you want. I haven't tried oil, but I have used acrylic on them, and I have used watercolor. And I also have used Prismacolors on these. As you can see, I colored them in. This is what it looks like when it's in its dry state. Now, these are what the pencils look like. These are India ink inside of a pencil form. So, when these dry down, they are permanent. They come in a variety of configurations. How many? It's like 12 set, 36 set. These are expensive. So you may want to start with something like Crayola or something cheaper. If it's your first time trying it, you don't have to go out and buy something like this. There are many brands of water soluble or ink soluble types of pencils. This is what it looks like as my swatch sheet. And as I always say, you want to make a swatch sheet for every set of colors that you have. This is what it looks like in its dry form. This is what it looks like when it's wet. I used watercolor water brushes for spreading these out, and I'll show you those in a second. As you can see, it's like an outliner, and then these are what all the colors look like for this particular set. I do have bigger sets that's in containers like these. You don't have to have big sets like this. If you get a small set like this right here, you're perfectly fine. I just needed more colors. And then make sure that your pencils are secure because they are costly and you don't want anything to happen to them. This set could run you, as small as this, like even a smaller set could run you like $50 or more, because this is not a color pencil. This is actually an India ink that is in a dry form. And when you wet it, it is permanent when it's dry. Now, for actual spreading, I use water brushes. So these brushes I got from Prismacolor. These brushes I have from Ranger. You can see inside that this is a different brush. I got this one from Ranger as well. I have a lot of these all over the place, and I'm not about to go looking for them all, but I'm going to show you. So the thing about these brushes and why they're so special is, if you were somebody who was just, if all you had was a paintbrush and a cup of water, you're perfectly fine. But if you're somebody who is traveling, going to appointments, and you were coloring, like I was when I first got these were best for me because I could just fill them with water. You just push it to feed the water into the well, and then as you were actually painting, the water comes out, and then you just have a paper towel on the side to take off all the excess ink or whatever. It will stain, but it's okay. See, the liquid comes out as you keep using the brush. And this is what you use with your water brush. This is for people also if you're like, if say you're stationary, you can't keep going back and forth, you may want to get some of these to color in your work. You don't have to though. And if anything, if you decided that you want to get canvases or the books or whatever, you don't necessarily have to use water on top of it. If you just want to use the Inktense, or you just want to use Prismacolors, or if you want to use any type of wet ink. If you're somebody who likes using watercolor pans and pens, this one I got from Amazon. This is a Koi watercolor kit. It's a 30 kit. It was like $20-$30. With this one, it came with the water brush. I do not know where this kit went, but I found the box, so I was like, let me show you an idea. As you can see, you have the 30 pan kit, and it comes with a water brush. You can lift it up and down. This is the mixing pad, and you could put your work here. You could put a piece of watercolor paper here and paint while you're out and about. That's why I got this one. And in the back, it does have a swatch sheet, which you would make your own swatch sheet. And as you can see, it comes with a water brush inside of this one. And this was a pocket filled sketch box. Size 6 brush. So, just to give you an idea, I'm going to let you see it. And this was Koi watercolor kit. This was highly favorable. I don't know where I put mine, and I don't know if you can find this anymore, but you may be able to find something similar to this on Amazon. You don't have to get the biggest kits if you even want to try them. You could just get the color pencils or watercolor pencils. You could go get Crayola. You can get those, it's Arteza. They have some. They have a bunch of different brands that you could play with if you're somebody who's interested in using coloring, or getting into coloring, I should say. Don't go crazy. Just have fun with it. And if you're somebody that's traveling, going to appointments, or somebody's on a train, bus, plane, whatever, and you just want to whip out some colors, you have all your stuff with you that you need. You may not want to use this while you're out and about with people, because you do not want to get them sick, nor yourself. I repeat, do not take this out while you are traveling and get somebody sick. But for the watercolor brushes, you'll be fine because it's just water, and you could just color and go.